everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Caitlin. I am the sales consultant here at UBuildIt Lake Worth. I'm going to be walking you through what the UBuildIt process looks like. So let's get started. So who is UBuildIt? We have been here in the Lake Worth location for 13 going on 14 years. We've helped build over 300 homes. What we do is we provide professional construction advice and guidance on essentially how to be your own builder. Our owner is Frank Shelton, who you've seen in some of the other videos. Him and our consultants have 20 plus years of experience in construction. So they do have a wealth of knowledge to give, and that's what's really cool about this program is it's essentially a how-to build your own home, and we take you through every step. So why use UBuildIt? There are lots of reasons why this is a great fit for some people. The two big reasons are to have control and save money. So having control, if you've used a builder at all in the past, you know you have maybe package A, B, and C. You have a few options to choose from and you just kind of run with it. With us, we give you as many options as we know of, and then you are more than welcome to bring some to the table as well. And then there's also control over the finances. So with a builder, you give them your budget and they just kind of run with it. With us, you see where every single penny goes, and you get to decide if you want to save or spend the money. So you get to see that Excel spreadsheet as you're making decisions, so you see how much your total is really adding up. And then you get to decide, well, I want to spend less here and spend more here. So again, you have complete control over those decisions. And then saving money. There are lots of ways we can help you save money, but really the big thing is our fee. So most builders charge you anywhere from 18 to 20% of your total cost. Our fee is based solely on square footage, and it usually amounts to 6 or 7% of our client's total cost. So letting go those management fees and choosing to do it yourself with our help is going to save you a ton of money. And then I'm going to go into a lot more detail throughout the presentation how else we can save you some money. And then so there's other options of why people use UBuildIt. So we help you find financing options. We have several lenders that we recommend that know the UBuildIt process very well. And then we also share the importance of early planning. Most clients come into this process with no plans and land. So we get to help them from start to finish, and that's usually the best ideal situation. However, if you do have plans already, you can still come and join us, and what we do is we look over those plans with you, make any modifications if necessary, and still take you through every step. But our main goal is to make sure that we don't run into any mistakes during the construction phase. So that's why we want to be as completely planned out as we can in the planning phase. Make sure we dot all our I's, cross all our T's, and make sure everything is good to go there. And then in regards to buying land, if you don't have land already, we can come out to your property and kind of review it with you and do a feasibility report. Basically, the home I have in mind, does it fit well with this land? Is it feasible? Will it work out? And we can do that as well. So the UBuildIt solution, this is just a really good circle chart that kind of compares going with a builder versus doing it yourself with our help. So going with a builder, again, there's really no control there. You will tell them what you want in the home and what you like in the home. You'll be given limited choices to choose from, and there really is no savings because the builder is not only going to their fee is going to be based on your total cost, but there will also be builder markup in regards to materials and those subcontractors. And there is no equity in that. So if you were to do it maybe yourself without our help, then you may run into mistakes. Maybe you have zero experience in construction and you're not sure where to start. That's not great. We want to avoid that. And then not knowing the subs in your area, as well as it takes a lot of time to do this by yourself without help. That's why that's why their fee is the way it is, because it is a really big job. And then doing it yourself with our help. There's, again, lots of good reasons to do that. You can go in with this project with confidence knowing that you're doing it with the help of experienced builders. Not only that, but you are in complete control of the project, from everything from design, the style that goes into your home, as well as how much is it going to cost you in the end. And then choices. As I've already mentioned, we have a ton of options in every category for you to choose from. But say you saw something on Pinterest that you want to try that's different, you're more than welcome to bring that to our planning consultant and discuss that with them, and then how to get that, or how to achieve that. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what this system looks like. The UBuildIt system is built up of 2 phases. The first phase is the planning phase, and the second the construction phase. In both phases, I don't know if you can see this, but you'll get a planning manual and a construction manual. And those manuals are checklist, guidance, contacts, resources, everything you need to be successful in your project. And our consultants take you through every step. In the planning phase, you would be David May, our planning consultant. And in the construction phase, his name is Jay Hamburg. He would be your construction consultant. So, the UBuildIt program. Again, in the planning phase, we're going to do, either way, we're going to do a feasibility study of your land, whether that is before you purchase the land or say you join us and you have the land already. We'll do a feasibility study, make sure that the land you have in mind is great for the house you have in mind. And what we're doing is we're putting your home on paper. So making every decision that goes into your home from the ground up. And the construction phase is just the actual construction of your home. So before I get started in the planning phase, this is the triangle of construction. It's very important. It's in all the manuals, it's in our office. This is very important in your planning phase. David May will bring this to your attention several times. So essentially, budget, size, and finish all impact your home. Everything else is going to be subcategory of that. So if you go into this and you say, I have a budget of $300, you're saying that is your priority, and that's when you're locked in. So you're going to lock that corner in. So then you have finishes and size to kind of be flexible and compromise with if need be to meet that budget of $300. Where it can get difficult is if you go into this and say, I have a budget of $300 and I already have finalized plans of a 4,000 square foot home. That means the only place we can be flexible in is in finishes. So again, not impossible, but it makes it a little bit more difficult. The more flexible you are in this program, the easier it will be to achieve your priorities. So again, just keeping this in mind throughout the entire planning phase. All right, so the planning phase. I am going to spend most of my time in the planning phase because I do think it's the most important. Again, the more planned out you are in this, the less mistakes you're going to run into during the construction phase. So there are 5 pieces in the planning phase. It is land, specification, plans, budget, and costing. And I'm going to go into detail of all of those. So first up is budget. This is where you are going to sit down with David and discuss realistic parameters of what my budget should look like for the home I have in mind. You're going to discuss specific sizes and features, like what's the size of the home that I want, what is the exterior going to look like, is there specific things I want home? Do I want a theater room, or do I want a huge master bedroom that's half the size of the home? Kind of all those specific details that you have in mind, you're going to talk about with him here. And then something unique about UBuildIt that you don't get with a builder is if you do want to do any of the work yourself, you can. So if you have experience in painting, or it can be also as small as cleanup or installing your appliances, you are more than welcome to do that to save you some money on labor. So y'all are going to kind of discuss all that here. But the end goal is to determine a target budget. This target budget is going to also help you decide what your allowances are in certain categories. For example, what is my allowance on appliances? How much can I spend on a fridge? You know, specific things like that, so that we make sure your budget stays tight and is on track. And then the ballpark estimate, you actually won't get that until the first couple of drafts of your plans, if you don't have them already. But that's just where David sits down, goes into more detail of your plans, and kind of determines how much is it going to cost to build this home based on what I'm seeing right now. So you'll get that, and again, this is all just making sure we stay on track for your budget. And then the pre-qualified for a mortgage. We do like our clients to be pre-approved for a construction loan before they start with us, and this is just for their own peace of mind. So that way they know how much money they have to work with before they start with this. That also helps finalize their budget so they know exactly how much the bank is willing to give them if they're doing the construction loan route. Our clients are also more than welcome to do cash only if that's what they prefer. So land. This can kind of go two ways. You can either start with us, have no land, kind of have our assistance in finding that, meaning we do have a realtor we recommend if you don't have one already. And then if you're trying to decide between 2 or 3 lots, Jay, our construction consultant, will come out and do a site visit and kind of help you determine, is this worth the price that it is? How much work am I going to have to do to this piece of land to even build on it? All those kind of specific details. Or if you come into this program with land already, Jay will be doing that initial site visit and doing a 3-page site report with you. So this is determining how much is it going to cost to build on this land. Does it need well? Does it need septic? Does it need to be excavated? Does it need dirt? It's kind of crazy how much goes into your piece of land before they even pour the slab. So this is what you and Jay would be talking about and kind of filling out that site report together. And then that site report gets sent back to David to help finalize your budget. So step 3 is plans. If you do not have plans already, we do have 3 designer and architect contacts we provide you. You do work with them directly to develop those plans, but where we come into play is we want to make sure those plans stay within your budget and that there are no construction issues. So this is as simple as, copying us on the emails between you and your architect, as well as a meeting after every draft. So that way David can have a look at them and just make sure that there's nothing he catches that needs to be fixed before you move forward. Our goal is for you to finalize these plans, building a better home that's still within your budget. Specifications. So this is the fun one. This is where you're going shopping. This is where you make every single decision that goes into building your home from the ground up. So this is usually 3 to 4 meetings with David, about an hour long. He's going to take you line by line by line and give you, again, as many options as we know of. And you are more than welcome to bring some to the table as well. We do have a long list of major vendors and retailers that provide UBuildIt clients discounts and builder pricing, like Nebraska Furniture Mart, Sherwin-Williams, Oakline Flooring. It's a long list, but essentially what will happen after every meeting, David will give you what we call homework. So he'll say, for example, I need you to go to Oakline Flooring and kind of pick out what flooring you would like in each room, and then bring that back to me so I can put it in your budget. So again, you're just kind of going shopping into showrooms or maybe doing some online shopping as well. So getting those numbers that David needs to finalize your budget. We also have a preferred list of subcontractors and suppliers. If you go with them, you'll get material and labor at cost. There is no markup to that, so there is no builder markup involved there. But say you know someone who does HVAC or know someone that does painting that can give you a family discount, or maybe you know them and you just want to use them, you are definitely not limited to only our guys. You are more than welcome to bid them out as well. So that's also really cool about what we do. It's very flexible as well. All right, so once David and you have kind of decided on and made all of these decisions, he's gonna go out and get the bids for you. This is where things kind of slows down. Construction is extremely busy right now, so getting bids back can take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. But once he gets those bids back, he's going to develop 11 pages of costing information for you. And this is going to be a whole separate meeting where you're all going to sit down and go over your budget. And this is where you're going to go line by line by line, making those final important decisions to finalize your budget. And then that is the number that you take to the bank if you're going the construction loan route. Speaking of the construction loan, closing on that construction loan can take anywhere from 30 to 45 days. So again, the bidding and the bank process kind of feels like things are at a halt for you, but just know there is stuff working in the background, kind of getting you to move through those 2 phases. So again, 30, 45 days, but the whole timeline of the planning phase. Typically, our clients get through the planning phase in anywhere from 3 to 4 months. So 2 of those months you're kind of stuck in bidding and stuck at the bank, but those other 2 months can go as quickly or as slow as you want. Again, that's what's really cool about UBuildIt, is it's very flexible. We had someone get all the way up to bidding within 30 days once. And then we've also had some people in planning for a couple of years. So again, it's very flexible to whatever your schedule kind of needs to be done. And then another good question I usually get is, how much time out of my day or out of my week is expected of me in the planning phase? Typically our clients spend about an hour a week with David. Over Zoom, typically we found those meetings are more effective. And then any time spent shopping or doing some online shopping, getting those decisions to David for specifications. All right, and again, I want to pause real quick here. If you have any questions at all about the planning phase, feel free to comment below and I'll get to you as soon as possible. And then also you can email me or you can call me, whatever is easier. Okay, so the construction phase. Again, you would be with Jay Hamburg. He's our construction consultant. He's going to help you with guidance on permits, as well as kind of dealing with and selecting subcontractors and suppliers based on our knowledge and our experience with them. You will have phone access to him, to me, to David, all week. I believe we have it listed as Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But the gist is there's always someone here that will help you answer any questions you may have. There'll be planning meetings involved. We're going to go over your budget, ordering materials, how much to order, and then when to schedule subcontractors. This is something big to note. With our program, our clients are choosing to be their own builders, so they are responsible for ordering materials and scheduling subcontractors. But again, we give you guidance on how much to order and when to order. And then we give you a timeline in your construction manual that Jay sets up for you, where you schedule subcontractors. So you're essentially going down the list, calling, checking off. And again, there's always someone to answer any questions you may have. And then the regular site visit is another big important piece of the construction phase. So Jay will be coming out to your site up to 23 times to review workmanship with you, go over any details with you, and kind of discuss with you what's next steps before the next trade comes in. Essentially just guiding you through the entire construction phase to make sure you are successful and minimizing as many mistakes as possible. So this is just a really good example of what you may need on your construction site. You're definitely not required to get a whole tool set or the latest equipment possible. Just having a level, maybe a hard hat, and a measuring tape, just while you're on the site to be checking a few things when maybe Jay's unable to be there. This is another good example of one of our consultants at the client's site, kind of reviewing the workmanship with them, kind of checking to make sure everything is on par for the standards of today. Maybe most of our clients come into this process with zero construction experience, so they don't really know what to look for. But that is what our consultants are there for. They're there to check for that stuff and make sure you're on track. This is Slab Pour Day. It's a very, very exciting day. This is usually after you spend 3 to 4 months just planning your home. So you see it on paper, but it's not really real yet. So Slab Pour Day is really big around here. Usually get there really early in the morning, and you're there from the first truck to the last truck, just in case any questions need to be answered. Our consultants will be out there with you, kind of celebrating that day, but you're essentially pouring the slab that your home that you've been planning so hard with is going to be built on. So it's very exciting. So how do we save you money? This is just a really good summary of how we help you save money through the entire program. Typically, we see our clients save anywhere from 15 to 20% of their total cost versus hiring a builder. So the first one is our fee versus a builder fee. It is substantially smaller. So letting go of those management fees and choosing to do it yourself with our help will save you a lot of money. And then you'll get labor and material at cost. There is no builder markup to that. And then the sweat equity piece of it is big as well. So if you want to do any of the work yourself to save you some money, you can. But I also like to think shopping is part of that sweat equity piece as well. So you being able to shop closeouts or shop clearance or even repurpose. A good example is we had some clients tear down some trees on their property and they ended up using the wood to build their mantles, saving them several hundreds of dollars there. So again, shopping closeouts or clearance or repurposing is a very cool advantage of this program to help you save some money. And then the smart equity piece of it is planning and directing the work yourself. So a great illustration are the pie charts on the slideshow. So the one on the left is if you were to go with a builder, and on the right is if you were to go with an owner builder option like UBuildIt. So again, that fee is substantially smaller. So the owner's choice slice of the pie is if you want to spend the money or save the money. So lastly, again, why do people use UBuildIt? You know, it's a proven system and our main goal is to minimize mistakes if you were to do this by yourself. Minimizing mistakes that cost you time and money. Build with equity with our builder pricing and our preferred vendors, and overall protect your investment by having complete control over all the decisions that need to be made. And the last part of it is that sense of accomplishment. So when you do have that housewarming party once your house is completed and people ask you, you know, who built this home? It's so beautiful. You can literally say, I built this home. You know, I put in the sweat, tears, and effort to it. I made every single decision from the paint to the baseboards to the exterior walls. You did all of that. And I think that's what's really cool about this program. So that's it. After watching this, if you feel like this would be a great fit for you in building your dream home, contact me. I would love to set up a consultation meeting with you to get to know what you want in a home and, you know, kind of go over any questions you may have and how to get started with us. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day.